But it says here in the alternative media section right there, this is in the first page of the appendix to document U. It says alternative media, a term used to describe various information sources that provide a forum for interpretations of events and issues that differ radically from those presented in mass media products and outlets. This is a terrorism lexicon, sir. So you started an alternative news site, and you're asking questions and making connections? My God, no wonder you had to be assaulted, sir. This is Al-Qaeda.
Well, that certainly is the impression that they're trying to get across to people. And I suspect that it isn't quite... people are disappointed when they meet me and they find out that I'm just sort of a regular guy. But, you know, so you asked, so I'm in the hospital, I get out, and there's this warrant for my arrest. So I turn myself into the Duncanville police, and they transport me in handcuffs down to Dallas County Jail, and I spend about 12 and a half hours there before I'm bonded out.
Lou Sterrett.
Lou Sterrett, yeah, Lou Sterrett.
Or Sterrett, a very nice place.
Well, actually, you know, it was kind of amusing at one point because I was in the big holding area.
Oh.
And but with all these guards and other prisoners, and the guard asked me, like, you know, you don't seem to fit in here. I mean, like, what are you in for? And just then a television report came on of my turning myself in. And I said, well, take a look over there. And all the inmates and the guards were saying, man, that's terrible. They can't do that to you. You got a good case here. You know, this will never stick. And well, perhaps we'll see.
Well, no, but this is I mean, sir, are you aware of the fact this is a phenomenon around the country? And if I was you, I'd be careful. They have things where a sheriff gets elected, so the old sheriff kills him. That happens about once a month.
I read about that, yeah.
I see it constantly. There's probably been 50 cases I know of. I mean,
really?
More. Oh, it's constant. And murdering new police chiefs, cops killing other cops, beating up city councilmen. I mean, this is widespread, sir, so I would carry a camera on you at all times. Now, obviously, there's times you're allowed to talk, and you can put things on the agenda. Or is the mayor engaging in a parliamentary tyranny where they're shutting you down?
Good question. What they do when you ask them, see, they don't follow Robert's Rules of Order, which has very strict rules for who can speak and how they can speak and how meetings should be moderated. When you ask them why are they deviating from Robert's rules, they say, well, we operate under modified Robert's rules. And then when you ask them, well, what are the modifications? And they don't answer you. What they rely on is a part of our charter says the mayor will preside over meetings, which means to me he'll be the moderator. He'll be the one kind of like the host of a news show, like McLaughlin Group or something.
But now you're never allowed to talk, and he just sits up there with his own private cash machine. Actually,
I mean, I'm allowed to talk, and I want to tell you that they've really backed off because what I think most people in this type of position, as the mayor and the most of the other members of the city council, there's one city council woman, a woman named Jeanette Jameson, who is tremendously offended by what is going on in Duncanville, and are very upset with what they did to me. But the others basically act as a monolithic block in this, and they do not like publicity, and what they did not anticipate the reaction that their attack on me would engender, and all the letters and emails of support that I've received, and I know many letters and emails have gone into City Hall very critical of their actions. So they backed off a bit. We had a city council meeting last night.
Hold on a second, Councilman. Sure. That's why the tyrants are such nuts. You finally stood up to them. You're constitutional. You're with the courts. You're with the polls. You're with the people. You're with the Republic against these evil red light cameras. They violate your rights. They set you up. They beat you up. They demonize you. And now the people see it for what it is. They don't like the red light cameras. You're going to be a hero. You're probably going to end up being the next mayor if they don't, do something to you or call in a mechanic on you.
Here's the thing, though. Again, we're dealing with a very low voter turnout. I mean, I'm up for re-election right now. The final day of voting is Saturday. I could easily lose. I don't know. We're not getting a huge turnout. Most people are still relatively unaware of what's happening. And more than that, they're relatively unaware of the impact of these events on their own lives. You know, sometimes people will say to vote about in local elections. I'm only concerned with the national election. And I'm like, well, look at your city tax bill. Think about the quality of your police services, your fire, of code enforcement. Are they harassing you or are they being supportive of you? These are the things that are all addressed at the local level, and most people still don't get that. And plus, I think you have a general trend of apathy in this country. I mean, it's hard for local politics to compete with American Idol and Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, well, folks are going to get empty bellies here pretty soon, so they'll care.
Well, you know, it's when things happen that impact person's day-to-day experience that they can grasp concretely, that are not abstract, that really get people fired up. But
so Councilman Ford, I mean, in Duncanville, Paul Ford, I'm just trying to understand, they now have got their tail between their legs.
Well, no, I wouldn't go quite that far. I think that this last meeting we had last night, they backed off because I made a comment very similar to the one that I made last time. I broke from the regular topic, and I discussed it for about 30 seconds, just like I did the last time.
Have they dropped the charges?
No. Well, but I really don't want them to, see, because I
understand. Stay there.
The world appears to be on the brink of collapse. Experts say a pinch of heirloom vegetable seed could soon be the most valuable resource on Earth because it will provide healthy food now and every year after. Survivalistseeds.com now has the Heirloom Garden Seed Time Capsule, allowing you to store your seeds for the future anywhere, even underground, for 100 years. The Heirloom Garden Seed Time Capsule can withstand 3 tons of weight, is 100% rodent-proof, waterproof, and comes with a whopping 6,000 healthy vegetable seeds from 20 varieties that will grow anywhere in the USA. Unless you trust the government, the Heirloom Garden Seed Time Capsule and heirloom seeds from survivalistseeds.com is your long-term food solution. Our competition charges 10 cents to $1.25 per seed for these same heirloom varieties. But you can now have a head of lettuce, a bundle of carrots, a basket of tomatoes, a giant watermelon, and 16 other varieties for about a penny a seed each. Be prepared. Buy your heirloom seeds today from survivalistseeds.com and have food insurance for your family forever. Visit survivalistseeds.com. Survivalistseeds.com is owned by Big John Lipscomb, host of the Don't Tread on Me radio show.
And you can see him arrive.
All right, Paul Ford's our guest. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, live, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. A lot of important and informative guests coming up, and back Sundays, 4 to 6 p.m. with the abbreviated radio show. And by then, maybe I'll have this fruit fly infestation. This is a clean office. No one can find where they're coming from. It's like, meow, meow. I don't know if you've seen them landing on my face during the show, but I'm going to get them. That's all part of the fun of being a PresentPlanet.tv. Remember, you can see me fighting the fruit flies. They're like little F-16s, and I'm King Kong up here. Going back to the fellow thought criminal, Duncanville City Council member here in Texas, and a big suburb of Dallas, pretty good-sized town, Paul Ford. In closing, Paul, you're going to get the jury trial. I would, go in and show that I wouldn't even argue the Roberts Rule thing with them. Obviously, you know what you're doing. I would just show that they were telling you to voluntarily leave. Well, then why did they arrest you? That you've certainly got an official oppression. And I wouldn't be nice about this because I wouldn't turn your back on these people either. They'll throw you down on the ground and, enjoy themselves. They don't think of us, the slaves, as humans until they are taught that we're not their slaves. That's the only thing sociopaths understand. So I hope you go after these people legally.
Well, I want to address the criminal aspect of it first, and when that's all finished, then I'll give more thought to that.
All right, well, we're almost out of time, so go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I welcome the trial because I believe that the more publicity their actions get, the less likely that they are to repeat them in the future against me or anyone else. And that's my hope, that when everything's brought out in a jury trial and I'm acquitted, it will discourage them from repeating it against me and discourage other people from trying to emulate them in the other cities in Texas.
Absolutely. All right. So where is this going now? You're going to, I guess, go ahead and face trial for talking as a city council member at city council.
That's the way it appears now, yes.
Are you going to go after them for assaulting you?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know. But like I say, I have my first court appearance, and my first court date is next week on May 12th, and I'll just take it from that point. But I am looking forward to a jury trial. I'm looking forward to 6 people drawn from the ranks of Dallas County voters and making the case. And I'm sure that it will end in acquittal this time. And if they arrest me again, the next time and the time after that. And maybe eventually this will discourage them from doing this to me and, as I say, to others, because this has been tremendously inhibiting to other people in Duncanville. I mean, I've had people tell me they don't want to go to city council meetings now because they're afraid that something's going to happen to them.
No, that's what they want. They've basically banned public speaking here in Austin now. You got to sign up a week before and show up. Oh, yeah, they got cops there.
No kidding.
Yeah. I've had the SWAT team come and sit on both sides of me, and you're not going to speak, are you, Jones? That's on video. No, it's all part of the freedom. Okay, well, council member, we appreciate you coming on. And give them that
Thanks for having me on.
You bet. Give them that website again.
PaulFordReports.com.
PaulFordsReport.com. Thank you for coming.
PaulFordReports.com.
PaulFordReports.com. Take care, buddy. Good having you on with us. We appreciate you and your First Amendment and fighting those stinking red light cameras that are totally illegal. And they say, hey, we got the guns and you don't. And we're going to steal $14 trillion in 7 months. And we're going to put carbon taxes on you. And we're going to ban your free speech.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.